Hi, I wanted to make this video and I wanted to do this video on transportation. So, I love cruising, but I wanted to talk to you about as you're traveling, the different modes of transportation. I never really had to worry about it because my husband takes care of everything, but I wanted to share with you. So we have flown, of course, you fly into whatever city and then you get on the boat. Now it's easy if the port is not far. That means you jump in a cab or you rent a car and you go to the port and you're done. It doesn't make sense to me to rent a car because you're just going and, unless you stay in a couple of days. And so if it's not that far, but a lot of times we go, it's far. So we have to, we will pay breaks because we're going to go a little further. Or my husband will already go ahead and purchase the transportation from the cruise. And what that does is they'll be waiting and other people will get on like a bus and you'll go. I didn't like it during COVID because everybody didn't wear their masks. We was in close corners with people, but we didn't get sick. And I thank God for that. But I will say, I prefer to have a single car and see how much Uber is and get in a car with one person instead of 50 or 30. And when COVID was going on, right when it started calming down and they let us start back cruising, it wasn't as many people, but then, it started being, and then I didn't like it. But that's a good way if you're trying to do it cost effectively, have it already planned out, go ahead and take the shuttle or the bus, the van, whatever they have, and you can pay for it ahead of time. That way you know how you're going to get there and you don't have to have any surprises. And if they're late, it's on them. So your first time, you may want to do that until you can figure out Uber, taxis, and all that. But, just because you don't want to miss the boat. So it's really not that bad. You can take you some spray the seats. It's a bus. That's pretty much it. It's a bus. And I did like when we didn't get on the bus, but I also was okay with us riding it because we would pick a seat that wasn't, maybe not too much, so in the back or the front. So, you have to make it do what it do. Secondly, I will say we had one time we ended up doing an excursion because when we got off the boat, we had time. So what we did, we decided instead of going straight to the airport, just sit, we did an excursion, and that was pretty neat. I will say this, when you get off the boat, you're going to be ready to go home. So go ahead, trust me, and get you a plane or have your car ready and get out of there because you're tired. Like, you're like, okay, we had a good time, I'm ready to see my house. I prefer if we're going to stop before the cruise, not afterwards. But we have done both, and both have been nice. But at least set that flight so that when you get there, you got an hour or two, and then you headed home. The excursion was fine. It was very, very nice. But I like going straight home because I'm already mad that I have to get off the boat. Okay? So that's that. Now, one time we were celebrating a nice event, which was my birthday, and our anniversary. And we did go to Paula Dean's, where she is. I don't remember where it was, but we stayed at a hotel. So we left off the boat. We got off the boat. We didn't go with the people because we had people to go with us. They drove the vans back, and we ended up, I think we took a van or either we flew to where Paula Dean was, her restaurant, and we got a hotel and we stayed an extra night, and that was really, really neat. I was so ready to get home though because he had given me a new car and he had gave me my keys to a new car, and I couldn't wait to see it. But he knew I wanted to always go to Paula Deen, so that was pretty neat. So it depends on where you're going. If you're going and stay in a hotel and go somewhere, fine. But just to be hanging out, trying to find out where you're gonna put your luggage, and then your plane don't leave till 5 or 6, I don't like that. But everybody's different. And the other, okay, flying or driving. I would say, and excuse my voice, it's a little raspy today, but flying, you get there quicker. And if you can get those seats that are, where you have more leg room right in the front, or you can get, they might bump you up to first class, but if you can get the other class, I need to remember the name of it. We usually do that. We'll do that, or we end up being bumped up to first class. Then that's good, and that way you're not in those tight seats. But if you are, be grateful that you're getting ready to go somewhere. Hey, don't trip. Just tell your husband thank you, or just thank God that you can buy it. Get on there, make it work. You know what? Have your little blanket, your music together, or use the earphones if they have it, and look at TV, and you'll be there in no time. Now, if it take a long time, we've been on flights that took a long time, but it didn't take a long time because they fed us and they kept us active. They had movies, and before you know it, we was there. That was when we went to Alaska. But we're gonna talk about the basic ones right now. So if you have to fly, fine. Chew you some gum so your ears aren't popping, and maybe I'll do a video on how to prepare for the flight. But that's cool because you get there, but you just have to get transportation to the port. Now we've drove a lot of times, and we said we wouldn't drive when it's real far anymore because we get on the boat and we go straight to sleep, and we sleep the first day. But it's always been fun to drive, especially if we have a lot of people. It cut down on the price for them to fly, and we've driven many times with our children, with other people, and even just us. And we'll drive straight to the port, and we park there. You need to find out how much it costs to park a night. Or we would park at friends' houses, and that was cool. We just had to wait for them to pick us up. And I think I had my BMW then. I was like, look, now he can't be, they can't be, hit my car with their doors and stuff. And but they pretty cool. Like everywhere we park, it's been pretty good because they would, pick us up on time. It was always nice houses, and we had friends that we could trust. So just make sure that you have somewhere where you park. Now, if not, park at the port. And I can't remember. I know it was a little pricey, but at least you can just get right out off the boat and go straight to your car and go home. Okay, and they'll show you, like what deck to park. And if you have somebody that's handicapped, you can drop them off somewhere else. They don't have to do all that walking if you have to park on, like 3 or 4 decks up or whatever. And so anytime you have somebody like that can't walk a long way, drop them off. Tell them to come get to give you a wheelchair, and they'll come get your the guest for you, whoever it is in your family or friend. Okay, so that's going to be it for today. I just wanted to talk, and so I wanted to share. And I'm kind of glad I did because I had forgot some of the things. So you can fly, you can drive, and you can get a car to be at the airport and stuff to pick you up. Whatever floats your boat, whatever it within your price range that you feel like is going to be good for you, do it. Just have fun. And I'm gonna do some things about how to prepare for the flight, how to prepare for your cruise. Get your mind together. They say get your mind right so you can be ready to enjoy yourself, have a good time, and don't let nothing stress you out. Okay, stick with us. No telling where we'll go next as we continue to travel the world.